who's the most terrible of them all? It's Hollywood Lean.
Hello and welcome to Everyone is Terrible. I'm your host, Hollywood Lean. It's my favorite day of the week. Joining me today, I have from the Truly Anything podcast, we have Donnie. Hi, Donnie.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How are you?
Good. I'm excited to be here. I'm ready to kiki.
You ready to get terrible?
I'm ready to get terrible. I think I'm already terrible.
Okay, so if you are listening to us on Patreon, hello, you're going to get the full uncut episode. You know, we're drinking, we're stuttering, we're smoking. It's pretty worth it from a non-editing point of view, but if you're listening to us on iTunes, hello, give us a 5-star rating. We have a lot to talk about. Donnie is here. Let's get into it. Kim Ye is no yay. What do you think about this, Donnie? You know, 7 years, Kim Kardashian West and Kanye West are filing for divorce. It's no longer a thing.
How long do you think this was in the works? I feel like we saw these signs coming for a long time.
Oh, I completely agree. I think this started at least a year ago.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. I think the quarantine kind of messed everybody up and it tested everybody's boundaries and everybody's limits, you know.
Do you think they were quarantined together?
No. He was in Montana. She was here. She lives 5 miles from me. So occasionally I see the train of paparazzi. You know, it's the 7-year itch. I don't know if that's really a thing, but they've made plenty of movies on it. You know, Marilyn Monroe was in it. I don't know what happens after 7 years. Where is it itching, girl? There's a cream for that. You know, I'm just concerned for the kids. They're going to be torn in so many different directions. They're not going to know where to go. North, south, west, east. These poor kids. They are doing joint custody. They have a prenup. They are not contesting it. So it seems very amicable. It seems like it's going to be okay. But a lot of people are like, love is dead. It's like, it's officially over. Like, we don't believe it. Like, when did you guys believe in celebrity couples? Because I stopped believing in them a long time ago.
Yeah, they were never really my guiding light as a celebrity couple. If Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze break up, then you might have to check on me. But as of now, I'm doing okay.
I completely agree with you. I'm a huge Sarah Michelle Gellar fan, and I love Freddie Prinze Jr. So yeah, that's what's happening. You guys, what else is happening? You know, the Sex and the City reboot is coming. We've all been talking about it. Obviously, I did a breakdown of the terrible characters. I didn't do the men, and I didn't do Carrie because I'm leaving those towards, you know, when the reboot is going to come. But they can't stop giving us news. We can't stop talking about it. Now they're saying there's no Big and no Steve, that they have both declined to be in the film or the series that's called And So It Goes, and everybody flipped the fuck out. What's the fucking point if we don't have Big or we don't have Steve, we don't have Samantha? What the fuck?
I have no idea. And I was already off the wagon with this when we're not getting Samantha. I would rather follow Samantha than follow the other 3 bitches in New York. Wherever Samantha is right now, I want to see her. But we are following the other 3 bitches in New York, so at least give us their men. I feel like I don't know what we're going to watch these women do. Work at consignment shops? I really have no idea.
Well, also, everyone knows that I don't age shame. I don't slut shame here, you know, none of that. But I do have to say, these women are in their 60s now. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know, I was already mad at Samantha for breaking up with Smith Jared in the movie Part 2. Bitch, you're 60. What the fuck are you going to do? You're going to go to the clubs, take that pussy around the block? Like, no, honey, you're too old.
Yeah,
He's a movie star. This is when you settle down. Settle down, ho.
And that is what's crazy to me, too. They're not killing her off or anything. They just said some friendships dissolve. Not at 70 years old, they don't. Why? Why? They've been friends since they were 30. And 40 years later, they just say, no, I don't know if Samantha's for me.
I completely agree. It makes no sense at all. Well, Page Six reported this. So, of course, Chris Noth tweeted last night, oh, well, if Page Six says it's true. So now we're like, okay, are you coming back or are you just coming back now because the fans are so upset? You know, maybe there's a Mr. Big, but no Steve, no Samantha. They've all declined to be in the film. or the series. What do you think about this, Donnie? Do you think we're just beating the horse to death after it's already been dead? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, well, the second movie already, I think that beat the horse, revived it, and beat it again. So to do it now, 10 years later, is just insanity. And I want to know, I know TV writing is difficult and we're working with contracts and negotiations and all that, but the fact that these men declined after they already had an idea of putting this together means that they don't know what the story is and they're just doing this to get money.
I mean, it's one thing to dissolve Samantha. We're already going to have a huge problem with that, like you said, and we're going to have to go about that in the writing. But now to lose Big, now to lose Steve, like, what the hell are you guys going to say? Steve left Miranda again because she wasn't fucking him. Like, what are we gonna say? Like, Carrie wanted to have another wedding, and Big's like, "Bitch, I'm done with you." Like, I don't know. I'm pretty creative, and I can't think of anything.
No, because I even thought maybe they would go the route of, for at least one of them, maybe like one was MAGA, and then they said we can't deal with that. But that would have been Charlotte.
Honey, they're all white and rich. It would have been all
yeah, that's all of them.
It would have been all.
So maybe Samantha wasn't then, and that's the problem.
Oh my God. I don't know. You guys let us know what you think about the Sex in the City reboot. A lot of people think the story's been told. There's no point. Let's leave it. Let it go. You know, Elsa's at the top of the castle saying, we don't want to see this shit anymore. You guys let these bitches go. So it's interesting. I'm a big Sex and the City fan. Like I said, I broke down all the characters. If you haven't listened to those episodes, go back and listen to them. They're so good. And it's very reminiscent. You're going to be like, oh my God, I forgot about that scene. I forgot Charlotte said that. So you got to go back. You got to go back. It is a great show, but what's to come? I don't fucking know. It's going to be interesting for sure. Let's move on to Bravo. The Bravo breakdown is here. We have a lot to talk about. One of the reasons I invited Donnie on here, because he's a Bravo expert like me. We've been doing this shit for a while. We've been trying to kiki, so we're going to get down. First of all, I have one question for you, because this is going to basically let me know if we were at the bar, are we going to really, really be best friends, or are we just going to be like fake friends?
Right. I'm so nervous.
This question is very important. Do you like Summer House?
I don't watch Summer House.
Yeah!
We're real friends. We're real friends.
Oh my God. Honestly, I can't fucking do it. I can't do it, Donnie. I don't get it. And bitch, I've tried. This show is terrible. And now they have a new show called Winter House. Like, bitch, no!
And what makes me angry about Winter House, again, I haven't watched a second of Summer House, so I don't know what we're getting into. But the fact that it's like a crossover Southern Charm Summer House event for Winter House, where is this 7 housewives on an island that I've been promised so many times? That's what I need to see, and not fucking Winter House.
First of all, Southern Charmed is already terrible. So now, why are we giving them a redemption? Why are we giving them extra cookies in the class? Why are we getting them the hall pass? Why are we, why are they getting to cut the line? Like, I don't think so, And
No.
the Summer House people, I've never seen like a bigger turnout for Summer House than this season. Like, everyone was talking about it on the memes and the accounts and everything. But still, this doesn't warrant this crossover. Like Donnie said, we've been promised like a Real Housewives All-Stars for years. Well, I want to start with some news from the Bravo breakdown. Kate Chastain is finally leaving Bravo's chat room. She's like, I can't fucking do this. I can't pretend to like Giselle and Hannah any fucking longer. Like, glad Kate Chastain is leaving. Kate and I are on amazing terms again. She followed me on my personal account.
Oh, wow. All right.
We've gone through the years. But you guys, a little bit of sad news. Michael, the butler from Southern Charm, did suffer a stroke. So we're sending him speedy recovery vibes. We're sending him love, because we don't want anyone to suffer. We don't want anyone to go through that. So we're thinking of him in this bad time, sending some love to Patricia as well. I guess we'll send some to Whitney as well, whatever. Send them some love. They need some love down there in the South. So, did you hear about Brandy leaving Real Housewives of Dallas?
I did.
Is that true or not?
I don't know. All the comments make it look like it's true. Like Stephanie and Deandra was in there saying you'll be missed and all of this stuff. So I have no idea.
Yeah, she put up an Instagram post that had nothing to do with the caption. It's like when you're like naked and you're like, I'm really thinking about Gandhi. It's like, bitch, no, you're naked. Like, it's a thirst trap. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was just her rubbing her pregnant stomach and then talking about goodbyes, and she needs to lean into Jesus.
Whatever.
Right.
I haven't watched Dallas in a really long time. Like, it's just, I know Tiffany Moon is just great and amazing. Good for her. I'm not watching it. Like, I can't. There's so many shows on Bravo that I just do not watch anymore, that just do not interest me. I mean, I want to talk about the revival of the old shows that we used to love, because Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm sorry, that shit hasn't been good for such a long time. So when this fucking episode came out, it was like, God was like, I'm going to give you guys a little treat. Here's a 13-inch penis. And then Bolo's dick came into the frame and hit me in the head. That's what's happening. You guys, let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. One of the craziest episodes I have ever seen on reality TV. It was so good. It wasn't about fighting. It wasn't about cussing each other out. It was about reality, which is what we're here to see. Yeah. What happens when you get fucking drunk with all of your friends and there's one 13-inch dick in the house? What are you going to do? You're going to get drunk and go try to find it.
I'm speechless. I agree. This was unlike anything I've ever seen, including some pornographies.
Bolo the stripper. We don't slut shame. We don't even shame sex workers here. But for some people, sex is all they have to offer. So why not capitalize it? You have a 13-inch penis. I'm sure he's not trying to go to medical school. Why? Because he's the medical miracle. They're like, what is this thing? Why do you have 3 arms? Oh, wait, you don't. It's your penis. So, Donnie, would you sleep with the stripper?
Oh, this one or a stripper?
Well, I guess both.
A stripper, yes. This stripper, I would definitely blow him, but
oh, honey, I blow
butt
everybody.
Stuff would make me nervous. I would try, but if he's one of those like, don't run away from me, people, I say I have to. I'm sorry. The running has begun.
I would run away from him. I would definitely blow him, but I could not.
No.
Let him go back there. Do I want to be split in 2? No. Do I want my time on Earth to end like that? Will they find me butt naked, split in 2? I don't think so, honey. I would need some serious poppers. I would need some extra strength KY. Like, I don't know. Like, I would have to stretch myself with the baseball bat for weeks before he come over.
Those like Gatorade containers that they pour at the end of sports games, allegedly. I've never seen it, but I would need that filled with poppers.
God, I love poppers. All right, for the straight people out there, poppers is this is gonna sound insane, but it's actually like VCR cleaner from the 90s that they sell at gay sex stores, and gay men smell them, and it makes your butt go like this if you're watching on Patreon. And if you're watching on Patreon, you can see that I'm not doing this. The stripper thing, like, I don't know if I would sleep with like a stripper like at an establishment. Like, that's a little too much. But if he was at the house and it was like a situation like it happened with Real Housewives of Atlanta, to me, like, you're part of the crew. You got your own room. Like,
yeah,
I'm coming to your room at 5:00 in the morning, like the girls did. Now,
agree.
let's talk about the whole episode before we talk about the semantics, before we talk about like the technicalities, like who was who and who went with who and who did what. Let's just talk about the overall aesthetic of the episode. Very, very creative, very entertaining. They did a whole Basic Instinct kind of vibe. Let's talk about the acting, because the whole episode opens up with like Kenya smoking a cigarette, like very Sharon Stone, but the acting was terrible.
It was.
I'm like, you're supposed to be an actress. Like, you're supposed to be an actress. This is really bad.
But even though she's an actress, it's the extent of what we've seen from Kenya. This scene made it obvious as to why we've only seen Kenya in like little story arc pop-ups before. We've never seen her lead a show, and I understand why.
Yeah, it's not good, honey. Twirl on to acting school, because that shit, that was pretty freaking bad. I love the overall aesthetic of the show. I thought it was great. I think it was so realistic how, they were like, all right, well, we really want to have a good time, so you guys need to go away. And the producers, they're so fucking shady. They didn't go anywhere. Those bitches were hiding in the fucking bushes. I know y'all didn't go anywhere. You guys are probably renting the house next door. Y'all probably had binoculars. Yeah. They probably were like, all right, they're going to take these GoPros down. Someone go back into the house and throw some mics behind the couch or something. Like, we need some freaking like some audio, because the only camera that was left was that like little patio camera. And thank God for that camera, because we got to see the silhouettes of Bolo humping Drew. We saw the legs in the air. Everything was so fun until the next morning. Kenya, cue the song, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Like, girl, why are you over here raining on everybody's parade? If I'm not mistaken, you had your legs spread open on the ground last night.
As a friend, I would be pissed. Like, we all humped him. We all put his wiener in our mouth, whatever. It's fine. Cynthia had that little vibrator in her panties. Just leave it. Last night was last night.
We all put his penis in our mouth. It's so true, girl. We would all be passing around that dick if we were friends. It'd be like, wipe it off and then bring it back over to me.
Yeah, we'd have a joint going this way and a dick going this way.
Just oral fixated. Yeah. Orally fixated, volume 2. Go ahead.
So as a friend, I would be pissed if she wanted to make this a thing. But as a viewer, I think she's doing her job, and I'm excited that she's doing it, because up till now, as you said, Atlanta's been boring for a while. So I think Kenya is making sure that's not the case for the rest of the season.
If she would have just started out the way she did, everything was fine. Like when she was at the pool, that was funny.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm a judge, like the witness says, and like she was like, it was funny, like it was cute, and you should have left it at the pool. But then when you continued on, I'm like, now it's not fun. Now you're badgering people. Like, who the fuck cares that I was getting fucked last night? If you can't get fucked by a stripper without the whole world knowing it, then we don't need to be friends, girl.
I think Tanya's reaction at the pool was what made Kenya change, because I feel like everyone else was laughing about it. Even if they were the ones involved, Portia, she was still laughing about it. But Tanya, once it was brought up, you could see her face fall, and she was like pissed. So I think Kenya knew she hit something, and we recall last season, Kenya was the one that brought the cookie lady to Tanya. So there's already some issues with the two of them. So I think when Kenya saw that she struck a nerve with Tanya, she just kept going.
Yeah. We're all over here shocked from New Jersey. I'm like, oh my God, the low blows on New Jersey. Kenya's been doing this shit every motherfucking season.
Yeah.
What do you think about the new girls on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Are they bringing it? I just found out that Drew played T-Boz in the TLC movie, which I fucking loved. Like, I love the TLC movie. So I'm like, I kind of like Drew now. But I don't like her husband. Her husband is hot as shit, but I don't trust him. Yeah. And I love that she was like, I don't know what he was doing in Tampa, so I'm going to get with the stripper. Like, that was fucking good.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I love Drew. Her husband, again, that's someone else I would suck. So let's just add him to the list.
I would suck the life out of him.
I would suck him all the way back to Tampa. And then I'd walk home, I guess. But I like Drew a lot. Fallon, I could do without. And LaToya, I think I'm going to start to like LaToya now, but she was too thirsty for it in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally on the money. Wait, who did you say in the middle?
Fallon.
Who the fuck is that?
Exactly. I feel like we need to give Marlo a peach, and then we need to give Shamia the Marlo spot. Like, let Shamia always be a part.
We've been campaigning for Marlo to get a peach for so long, and if she hasn't got a peach by now, there is a reason for it, and it's probably like a behavioral liability issue or something. Marlo has not been offered a peach.
No,
It's been
I don't know
years.
how long. What'd you say?
It's been fucking years.
I don't know how old the interview was, but I did see something with Candy and Andy. Candy and Andy. And they, Candy was saying that Marlo deserves a peach, and Andy was like, that's not going to happen anytime soon because there are people that don't want that to happen. And I think he was talking about Kenya.
What did I say? There's got to be something.
Yeah.
There's got to be something in the paperwork that's like, Kenya probably came back and was like, I'm not signing if I know Kenya's, you know what I mean? Like they're like that. Yeah. And they're petty like that. And so like Kenya is the pettiest of them all. So I really, really don't get this. My terribly delicious goes to Candy because damn, that girl can keep a secret. Like if I ever have something that needs to go down, like I'm telling Candy about it. She ain't gonna tell anybody. She's not gonna tell nobody. I really appreciated it. It makes me want to go to the dungeon tour. Like, and now I want to go to the damn show.
I'm really upset that I didn't go to that. I thought about it, and
they
then
didn't come to LA, so or maybe they did. I don't know if they did or not. Did they come to your town?
They did. The dungeon stopped in Brooklyn.
Oh my God, they stopped in BK where you're from?
Yes. And not Tony Braxton. Tamar was part of the tour. So I really wanted to go. It was like right after Celebrity Big Brother. So I was on a big Candy and Tamar kick. But
interesting.
I was afraid, kind of.
You know, I was afraid of Bolo.
Oh yeah, he was there too.
He was gonna get me. So if you want pictures of Bolo, I will send them to you and you can see his penis. DM me if you want an Everyone is Terrible sticker or you want a picture of Bolo's dick.
Did you see the video of him fucking the coconut?
Shut the fuck up. Send me that immediately.
I will.
I need some material for tonight. Oh my God. What?
He's a little jarring. Yeah.
Is there like coconut juice flying everywhere?
At the end, yes.
He said at the end, oh my God. There's always something flying out at the end. Oh my God. Well, yeah, Atlanta's insane. Who are you? Any nominations for Most Terrible from Atlanta? Because I got a landslide of nominations for Kenya. So I have to say that Kenya is our first official nomination for Most Terrible. She can't keep a secret. She can't let the sun go down without telling everybody about it. So it's like, you're on the terrible list for being a big freaking blabbermouth. Like, if you heard me banging and you know it's my voice, then like, why are you telling everybody about it? You know, come up to me later and be like, I know your secret. Very, very mean girls. I know your secret. Quick, start apologizing immediately. Like, or deny it. What do you mean? Like, I'm serious though. So Kenya's our first nomination. Do you have any nominations from Atlanta franchise for Most Terrible?
So not part of the cast, but I want to nominate the Bravo producers because I think we should have a full Bolo special, maybe pay-per-view, maybe if you're a Bravo insider, but I need unedited footage. And yeah, I just need it all. So the fact that they didn't allow us to partake in that, Bravo producers, Most Terrible.
It seemed kind of short, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we went outside, we saw him in the cage, then we came back in and he danced for like 5 minutes and then he left. Like, oh no.
Yeah, the Bolo stuff was over at the 20-minute mark. And then this episode was 53 minutes. So I said 33 minutes of just figuring out who fucked them. Let's extend that first part a little. I could have done with a 2-hour special.
Like, where's the footage of Cynthia hiding, watching everyone and masturbating behind the staircase? Cynthia's like, I watched for like 20 minutes. I just snorted.
That's all I asked for. I want to see Kenya listening at the door for 45 minutes in real time. No cutaways.
I love Candy. She was like, she made her baby wait 45 minutes for the bottle. Like, damn, bitch. You're over there in the hallway just fucking ear hustling. Like, go feed your baby. Like, stop. Get out of grown folks' business, okay? We know you only had sex once in the last 10 years and Brooklyn came out of that, but geez, like, it's fun, okay? You should try it more often. Jesus Christ. All right, so we got Kenya from Real Housewives of Atlanta nominated for Most Terrible. We have the producers for not giving us enough, Donnie says. Like, we want more. Give me more. No nominations from the Kardashian family. Maybe we're going to nominate Kris Jenner because, she's working hard to come up with a new image for Kim, for the family. And she's going to make the freaking divorce the final episode or something.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be like, oh my God, now we're going to need a Kardashian movie or something. Oh my God. All is fair in love and war. Let's move on to Real Housewives of New Jersey.
All right.
Obviously, you guys, the show is 30 minutes long, but if you're listening to us on Patreon, you get the full uncut hour. The Dolores surgery thing. Would you do that in your relationship? Would you sign up to get elective surgery on your body? Not just like one thing. I mean, when you're getting a butt lift, when you're getting a freaking tummy tuck, when you're getting blah, blah, she looked like she was split open. Would you do that to your partner? Would you not tell him about your surgery until the night before?
I don't think so. I think I would definitely prepare him. And not that she doesn't owe him anything, I don't think. And it is her body, but there still should be some kind of communication.
Some level of respect, maybe?
Yeah. It would be nice.
That little word respect, it comes into play into relationships once in a while. Here's the thing with Dolores. Donnie said she doesn't owe him anything. Does she have a ring? No. Has she been wanting one? Yes. The commitment issue is on the table. That being said, your son is living with me. We're on a freaking reality show together that I'm pretty sure he didn't sign up for. So he's already dealing with all of that. There's a lot of challenges against them already. Obviously, there's two sides to this New Jersey war. It's Jackie versus Teresa. It's a flat out war. To me, picking sides is a little too much. It's a little too concentrated because there's lots of juice here. But if we're going to pick a side, who are you going to pick? Are you Team Jackie or are you Team Teresa?
I should have prepared. I really did not pick a side. And for this,
he's on Team Bolo.
I'm
Team Bolo. When I look at Jackie, I'm like, she deserves to be in this kind of heated fight. This is what she signed up for, like roast the bitch kind of thing. Like, I'm not feeling bad. But the husband, like, I don't think he signed up for this. I don't think, like, I look at all of that and I'm like, I don't think so. That's fucked up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you can't tell somebody how to fight in war. You can't bring a knife to a gunfight and be upset that you got shot. You know what I mean? Because you're coming into fight. You can't tell someone else how to fight. Here's the thing with Teresa. I know she's a lot. I know she's ridiculous. She could be a hypocrite. She's fucking predictable. We've known shit about her for a long time. We know everything is tit for tat. Mm-hmm. You should have fucking known that Teresa was going to hold a grudge. Even Joe knew when Melissa said it at the next day. They were in bed and she's like, yeah, your sister was going around telling everybody. And he goes, well, yeah, like Teresa holds grudges. Like, yeah, you should have known she was going to do that to you because you talked about her. You said, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Oh, if you could control your husband, he wouldn't be in prison. That's 2 strikes. Mm-hmm. So Teresa came in with a freaking knife, metaphorically. And then Jackie came in with a machine gun. So, like, I get it. Like, they're both terrible. They both did things that you're not supposed to. Let's talk about the comment that Jackie made here. Jackie chose to go low. You can't get mad on how someone is going to respond. That being said, how fucking dare you? Now her name is tainted. It's defamation of character. Her Instagram comments are insane because the trolls are fucking terrible. It's which disgusting. Like, seriously, like if you're a person that goes on Gia's Instagram and is saying anything about cocaine, you need a serious fucking reality check and you need to go look in the mirror because you're fucking terrible. Jackie said to Us Weekly that she doesn't regret anything because it's an analogy. And she's never said, how would you feel if I said Gia is snorting coke at parties? All she said was, well, I heard Gia snorts coke at parties. I don't know where I heard it. I mean, I can think about it, but I don't know where I heard it. I don't know who said it. She didn't say it like an analogy. You should have said, how would you feel if I said Gia was doing cocaine at parties? Like, she never said anything like that. As a matter of fact, at the end, she was like, I win, which was really fucking creepy. It was up there with the jazz hands. It was up there when Melissa was like, that motherfucker's winning. And that weird grin that she gave, like, we see in this new episode, Donnie, I sent you a clip where she's on the bus and she's double downing. She's like, well, maybe I shouldn't have said it at the party. Now that we've talked about both sides, I'm going to go with team Teresa. And I know that people are going to be mad at me about it, but to me, it's like I already predicted her behavior. I already knew that she was going to do this. But to me, Jackie should have kept it in the arena. Like, going for the kids is too much of a low blow, only because now we're seeing the result of this. Now there's trolls on Gia's Instagram. Like, Gia didn't fucking ask for that. Let's take the reality show out of it. These fucking kids have been through enough. They have been through enough. They didn't ask to be on TV. They didn't ask to have parents that were going to be split up and go to fucking jail. Like, they didn't fucking ask for that. They didn't sign fraudulent papers. Like, these kids have been through enough. Now they have to deal with personal attacks on social media. I just thought it was ridiculous. I know that everyone's going to say, well, Teresa. Well, yeah, guess what? I know how fucking Teresa fights. And I knew that she was going to say something dirty as fuck because you kept saying shit about her. Like,
and here's the thing, Leanne. No, here's the thing. We wouldn't be talking about this at all, or whose team it was, if Jackie would have said, like, what if I said a rumor about Gia and left it at that? Very vague, very just like, what if, how would you feel? The fact that she didn't form it as an analogy, and the fact that she actually gave something gross out there for trolls to feed off of now, that is where she loses me. So I am also team Teresa, and I think that Jackie could have had the moral high ground this entire season if she would have done exactly what I said. But now she's just as dirty, if not dirtier, than Teresa.
Yeah, now you're playing in the, like, now it's like both bitches are rolling on the ground and you're like, whatever. You know, it's different when, like, one comes up and, like, grabs her on the back of the head, like when she wasn't looking, you know, very Marge and Danielle. Here's the other thing I don't like about what Jackie fucking said. She was trying to crucify Teresa to Margaret before even Teresa got there. Oh, you know Danielle would have never put her hands on you if it wasn't for Teresa. Are you fucking smoking crack, Jackie? Danielle is the lowest of the fucking low. Of course she would have fucking hurt Margaret.
Yeah. And Jackie's just a snake. Like, the way she fights is always underhanded, where she can hide behind something. Her first season, she hid behind that article and said she never called anyone by name, and that it was just her job writing it, and that she didn't say anything bad, and used that as like a crutch. And now she's saying it was an analogy all along, and Teresa's just too dumb to understand it, which she never used the word analogy. She never formed it as an analogy. She's snake-like.
She just said afterwards, isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the same thing? And I'm like, bitch, no. I need some more fucking clarification here. Like, you need to, I don't know.
Do you think Melissa needs to choose her fake storylines better? At least let us see it play out. If you're going to pretend you're looking for a sister, go knock on some fucking doors or something, because just talking about it at restaurant tables isn't doing shit for me. But in terms of Joe and Melissa, I think that, yeah, he's petty enough to follow through with that threat that we're going to see later in the season.
Would you
blow him? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I have a brand. Yeah.
Oh my God. Would you take that poison? Would you take that poison?
I'm excited to see Frank kiss his ass later this season.
Oh my God.
I might have to make that my computer background.
Well, you know what? I liked his butt. It's not like a hairy ass that was like scare anybody. Like, if you're just starting into, you know, eating ass or licking ass or kissing ass, Joe Gorga's ass is a first baby step. It's a good ass to start with.
Yeah.
It was nice and smooth and little bubbly. Like, it wasn't like scary looking or just like, you know, sometimes a big old booty can scare ya.
Right.
You're not used to
diving you won't get lost in it. It's a nice like appetizer.
Read the fucking room, maybe?
Yeah.
Ever heard of that term? So I'm nominating Teresa for most terrible. Who do you want to nominate?
So then I'll just do the other side. I'll nominate Jackie. Because speaking of bad analogies like the one you just made, she also made one. And I think that she needs to be held accountable for it.
Yeah. So we got some nominations for most terrible. We got Jackie, we got Teresa, we got Kenya. Who else did we have from Atlanta?
The Atlanta producers.
Oh, the Atlanta producers. That's right. Yeah, I'm so mad about Kenya for the crab cake thing. Like, you guys, what to watch this week for most terrible? My terrible TV recommendations. There's a new documentary on the Cecile Hotel. It's pretty scary till you get to episode 4. It's kind of anticlimactic at the end, in my opinion, but it's still a good watch. You need to watch that if you have ever seen like the movie Dark Water with Jennifer Connelly. If you ever heard about the Cecile Hotel murders or ghost stories here in LA, you need to watch it if you're obsessed with LA Hollywood history. Very, very good. As you know, I'm part of the HBO family, so I'm recommending a new show on HBO called It's a Sin. Very, very good. Lots of gay characters, good characters. It's kind of like the discovery of AIDS when they didn't really know what it was and everybody was getting it and they didn't know what was happening. So part of me was like, I don't know if I can watch that. It's very Boys with the Band, like that sort of thing, but the characters are phenomenal. So it's like, I kind of have to get into this, even though I know it's going to be sad. So those are my terrible TV recommendations. Like I said, you know, the Terrible Shop is open. Buy a mask if you can. We're sending out some good vibes to Tiger Woods. He was in a single vehicle car crash. It rolled over multiple times a couple miles away from my house. He had to be extracted via his windshield and had emergency surgery. So we are sending good recovery, speedy vibes to Tiger Woods. Michael, the butler from Southern Charmed. That is our wrap up for the Bravo Breakdown. It's come to that time of the show where we have to talk about the most terrible. So we have the Bravo producers. We have Kenya. We have Teresa. We have Jackie. And you know what? For shits and giggles, I'm throwing in Dolores as well. Because you need to communicate more. You need to communicate more. And David, next time you're in the hot seat, bitch, I don't want you to just leave the room. How he left the room like that? Now, Dolores, I was a little disappointed because, you know, I would have followed him. Like, I would have followed your ass. Like, that's what it's like to date me, you guys. All right. Donnie is the guest. He gets to go first. Who is your most terrible of the week?
Let's go with Kenya. And I say this because well, everything she did is terrible, but then the cherry on top is that acting scene study that she forced us to watch. So for that alone, Kenya.
Kenya is the most terrible. On Donnie's list, I'm going to go down and I'm going to say that my most terrible of the week is Kenya as well. Real Housewives of Atlanta has been boring. So Kenya bringing in this Inspector Gadget thing, yeah, it was entertainment, but I'm still voting her most terrible because at the end of the day, I put myself in their shoes. I put myself in that room. And you know, you guys, if my drunk ass would have been that faded, there would have been actual footage of me sucking off Bolo.
Yeah, I would have turned the camera back on to make sure there was. And like, I'm going to need this later.
Be like, you ever heard of One Night in Paris, bitch? It's one night in North Carolina, motherfuckers. Donnie, thank you so much for coming on. You know, we've been wanting to do this for a while, and I think you're one of the good Bravo podcasters and one of the good Bravo memers that don't get on my nerves because everyone is terrible. Everyone is terrible. Everyone knows who listens to my show that I bitch about everybody because everybody gets on my damn nerves. So, Donnie, where can we find you? What do you want to promote? Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun. You need to come on mine soon.
I would love to come on. Invite me. Yeah. Invite a motherfucker.
Perfect.
I'll be on there.
This is an invitation. So now we'll just compare schedules.
Yes, yes.
You can follow me on social media at Real Donnie Wood, and that's on Instagram and Twitter. And then if you want to listen to my Bravo podcast, it's Know That, a Real Housewives podcast. That's on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your shows. And then if you just want more of a well-rounded pop culture breakdown. You can listen to my podcast by myself, and that is Truly Anything, and that is also on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your shows.
Yes, go listen, go rate it. Since we're talking about that, you guys know I have some extra stickers right now. So if you want an Everyone is Terrible sticker that you can put on your neighbor's door after she pisses you off, or you want to put it on, someone's windshield when they park terribly, or you just want to represent the brand, please leave me a 5-star review. DM me, letting me know, or screenshot the shit. I don't know. And I will gladly send you some stickers. Join the Facebook group. It's terrible. There's lots of things. There's a store. There's a Patreon. Lots of things going on in the terrible universe. You can get a shirt these days, a mask, and be terrible with me. I'm your host, Hollywood Lee, and it's my favorite day of the week. I want to thank my guest, Donnie Wood, for coming in from the Truly Anything podcast. It's been fabulous. We will see you guys next week. Bye, terrible kids.
Who's the most terrible of them all? It's Hollywood Lean.